What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TV Sports 27. A little late night stream for you guys here tonight. We just got done watching both of the USFL playoff games, and it ended, and the night was still young, so we wanted to be in the mood and play a little football with y'all. If you guys, as always, following us on Twitter, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, we're putting the chat up on the screen for this one here tonight. We tweeted earlier our thoughts on the USFL playoff games, and that we're most likely going to stream some action tomorrow. So if you want to know what's all going down tomorrow, you can check that out over on Twitter, TV Sports 27. We were tweeting along there. Zach Green is here. Welcome, Zach. So let's do some more football, and let us know your thoughts if you had a chance to watch any of the USFL games today. Interesting stuff, especially that second game, man. I mean, boy, oh boy, Birmingham just, the second half, ran the ball. I mean, it was kind of dominated by the New Orleans offense, but a kick return and a pick six is what kept the Stallions in that game. And then the second half, they just ran the ball, and it was unstoppable for the Stallions. The Stallions Stars, your championship game. And for us, we got this battle, trying to bounce back from our loss. Boy, we can't figure out a way to beat the Riverhogs, can we? We got the Baltimore Ravens on the schedule. Lamar Jackson still riding with the Ravens. I want to say he's won 2 Super Bowls with the Baltimore Ravens here in our franchise mode. Trey Sanders in the backfield, as well as a veteran, Christian McCaffrey, who's playing backup and maybe training Trey Sanders. You know, Trey's kind of got some years on him as well. Wide receiver wise, Marquise Brown, Brian Robinson. Not much wide receiver wise. Dill Kender, Carlos Ivory. And you can maybe see why the Ravens are kind of struggling a little bit. As you can see, they're 0-2 record. But we are also struggling as we got whooped up last time out. We're doing the movie stars college draft, aren't we? So let's jump into this ball game. Baltimore and Denver. Seeing if we could bounce back. The Ravens looking for their first win of this season. What do you guys think of the big championship game? Is it going to be Birmingham going all the way? If they do, boy, it's going to look silly. Now that Birmingham, they slipped up and had that loss to Houston just randomly. And I guess it's good. They always say, it's good to get that loss out of the way so you know what you get to work on. But my goodness. All right. Meanwhile, for us, speaking of trying to get losses out of the way, we were 15-1 a year ago, won the Super Bowl, won it all. And the only team that stopped us was the Riverhogs. This year, they stopped us again. We're kind of beat up a little bit ourselves. Torrey Holt out, Jonathan Taylor out. Trying to do what we can. And we are staying on the road. We were on the road last week against the Riverhogs, where Tom Brady III kind of got roughed up, beat up. That offensive line that we were touting, how good, how monstrous, how boss-like they had been, it kind of fell by the wayside last week as Brady got beat up and roughed up. But we're going to try to bounce back here in Baltimore against a down Ravens team. 0-2 on the season for the Baltimore Ravens. So, more football. We just got done watching football all day. USFL action. We got more. I got to watch my indoor football team too sometime tomorrow. It's going to be football all day. Forbidden Door also tomorrow. And look at Dante Hall. That was the story of the USFL today. It was all the kick returns. I mean, my goodness, you had in the Philadelphia Stars game, you had Philadelphia with the kick return. You had New Jersey at the kick return. We had the kickoff touchdown by Birmingham. Are you going to be watching, Zach? Are you going to be watching Forbidden Door? I'm going to be watching. That's for sure. I am going to be tuned in. What match are you most looking forward to? And let's hear your predictions as well. First down for the Broncos. They give to Jamil Pierce. And Pierce maybe gets a yard, a generous 2 they're going to give him. And look at your Broncos. These guys got to step up. Patton, Carstyle, Jones. In the backfield, Knighton and Pierce. You got Kocher and company. So second down now and 8. Jamil Pierce once again finding himself in a situation where he's got to step up for the injured Jonathan Taylor. That might have been a bad call. I didn't realize that was going to be a delayed handoff, and the Ravens on second down did not bite on the delay. And it's going to be a third down and long. Find ourselves in a similar situation to where we were last week. So Tom Brady III is going to go deep down the field, and Bryant is incomplete. Bryant had a couple of nice plays last week, and he couldn't come up with it there. So 3 and out for the Broncos. Not a good bounce back for us. Pearson Gatewood on to punt this one away. Is it going to stay? Oh, I was hoping it was going to bounce on the one and maybe, wreck right out of bounds there. AEW Blood and Guts. Yeah, that's Wednesday. It's going to be a big week for AEW. Lamar Jackson, he cost us a playoff victory when we were the coach of Miami. If you guys remember from my old YouTube channel, we had the Ravens down, and they had less than a minute, and Lamar Jackson ran the ball 3 times, got him into field goal range, and we were out of the playoffs. So there you go. All right, there's the give to Sanders. Trey Sanders in the backfield. They also got Christian McCaffrey. Should be a pretty deadly rushing attack between Sanders and McCaffrey. Got Lamar Jackson. 0-2 record, though, so far for your Baltimore Ravens. And they're going to fake it to Sanders. Jackson is going to get that one for a first down. Let's see what the call is, and it will be a holding. So first down will be wiped out. Look at the Cowboys undefeated at 3-0. And the holding call is going to take that one back. So second down and 11. It loses the first down, but it still puts them in, a second and manageable here. Trying to dump that one off short, and it falls incomplete. Look at your Baltimore Ravens here on offense. Brown, McCaffrey, Becht, Robinson. Third and 11. Can we answer? We had a 3 and out. Can we force them into a 3 and out? Not going to happen. First down Ravens. That was Becht. First down Baltimore. So that wasn't ideal, obviously. We got to buckle down. So here we go. We got to Marvin Leo. See if Leo can get back there. Quick pass by Lamar Jackson. And another first down for the Ravens. All right, we're going to go with the cover 1 here. We'll see, kind of try to go man coverage on this one. And they're going to go screen, and that was a beautiful play call by us. With the screen, Keshawn Clemens getting back there and making the stop. Your Broncos defense, Big Mike Rucker, waiting for him to kind of step up. Bush, Troy Dye, new to the team. Mike Vrabel's going to be an interesting case. I'm contemplating. Well, Leon O'Neal kind of missed the photo shoot there. We got to figure out what to do with Mike Vrabel, because we can't afford Mike Vrabel. Of all the guys who want to re-sign, there's some big contracts coming up. Unfortunately, as much as we like Vrabel, he's going to be on the chopping block. So what we could do, there's a couple of possibilities out there. If we feel like we start to struggle, and you can see all, the injuries, we're going to get Torrey Holt back soon, which will be big. But if we feel like we need another top receiver or something, we have the option. We can try to trade Mike Vrabel, knowing that we're not going to be able to afford his contract, and get somebody to come in and let somebody else try to deal with that. The other option is we could franchise tag him. We did that with Jonathan Taylor, and then the next year, when we didn't have as many heavy contracts coming up, we were able to re-sign him. So we'll take a look at all that before the trade deadline and kind of try to figure out what we want to do with Vrabel. Lamar Jackson is deadly. That one incomplete. Last week when I was playing WWE 2K22, I created Superstar, and I had a match against Finn Balor, non-title match. All right. And the handoff there is Christian McCaffrey in the purple and black. 3rd and 6. What we were hoping was going to be 3-and-out drive. The Ravens have put a couple of nice first downs together. All of a sudden, Jackson incomplete, and boy, it might be Lamar, as we said, he's won Super Bowls here with Baltimore. We saw a couple of rough throws on that drive. The Ravens 0-2. We might be seeing the beginning of the decline of Lamar Jackson, and the field goal is no good. So the Ravens come away with big 0 on the scoreboard after that opening drive there. So we go back in pretty good field position. We'll get the ball at the 44-yard line here for our Broncos. Tom Brady III. And Bryant making the grab. Take a look at the Ravens defensively, what we got to compete against. Jackson, Ferguson, Mathis, Jason Taylor. Yeah, Kane Patterson, Merlot, Jacobs. Don't recognize a lot of these names. I mean, Henderson. Again, maybe it's why they got the 0-2 record to their name. 2nd and 5, just a yard shy of midfield here. And the give is to Pierce. He gets hit from behind, and he's able to shed one tackler and pick up the first down for the Denver Broncos. 81 rushing yards last week. He's got 120 on the year. Still looking for his first touchdown rush of the year. As I said, stepping in for the injured Jonathan Taylor. Pierce should be used to that by now. He's been a starting running back before. And Pierce, nice run there. That should be good for 9. Oh, what a call. 2nd and 3. Come on. He looked like he was a yard shy. I guess maybe he stepped out beforehand. I don't know. A referee call. We had some interesting calls, too, in the USFL game. Go against the Breakers that I wasn't sure I agreed with. A couple of questionable, and I wonder, like, where's Mike Pierre to come in and try to pick some of these flags up? What's the point if he's not going to do that? There were a couple of, there was a really questionable pass interference that was, I would say overall, considering the game, most of the calls were good, but there were a couple of rough ones that did go against the Breakers, including an early pass interference on a crossing route that really wasn't pass interference, but it got called anyway. And I was hoping Pierre was going to come in and pick that one up, but I guess I don't know when they can or when they can't, but that's what happened there. All right, 2nd down and 12. We're moving. We're moving right now. The Broncos. Brady gets that one in there to Bryant. 3 of 4, but just 11 yards so far for Tom Brady III. 3rd down and 8. In field goal range, Brady, incomplete. Looking for backup tight end, Kerry Kocher. And we'll attempt a long field goal here, Sebastian Janikowski. Ooh, nearly blocked and just squeezes through the uprights. That is a good kick. And your Denver Broncos bouncing back here. Oh, did Janikowski get clipped there? Come on, we're speaking of flags. Where's the flag on that one? Come on. Janikowski with the clip right there. Give me a break. All right, back to Baltimore. Man. Christian McCaffrey on kick return duty here in Baltimore. All right, I formation set. And the give is to Sanders. Big opening right up the gut. I mean, you can't have a more obvious play than I formation on 1st and 10 that it's going to be a handoff straight up the middle. Our guys weren't ready for it. And Sanders busted right through and nearly broke that one for a score. That was terrible on our end. That wasn't good at all. 1st and 10. Baltimore up to the 20-yard line. They give it to Sanders again, and Sanders has a big opening. 2 huge runs by Trey Sanders. 77 yards on those 3 carries. Give me a break. And now they're 1st and goal. First touchdown of the game within distance. Pitching it to the outside. And how about Battle coming in there? Longtime member of this Broncos squad. Alabama. Second and goal back in the I formation. You got McCaffrey in there. They go into McCaffrey. And now our defense is closing in. Devin Bush there. He came in to slow that one up. All right, here we go. Third and goal. Let's do this thing. Third and goal. Denver. Knocked away. How about the defense? We had Dye in there. I think Bush was in there as well. Well, we let them get down the field, but they don't get the touchdown. Take that all day. Field goal, of course, it's a chip shotty. It's an easy. It's 3-3. We're all tied up. I'm happy with the fact that we made the stop when we needed it most. All right, let's see what Dante Hall can do. I want to see one. After seeing all the kick returns in the USFL today, I want to see one here. Isn't it nice? Did you guys miss? I mean, come on. We haven't had that in the NFL in a decade. Kick returns. We saw 3 of them in the USFL today. I hope the NFL's taking notes. These kickoff rules. Pierce, especially in Denver. You never see kick returns in Denver because of the altitude. The thing just goes out the back of the end zone. Come on, get out of here. All right, end of the first. It is 3-3 from M&T Bank here in Baltimore. East Coast trip for the Broncos, which means probably a 1 p.m. start, which means for the Broncos, that's like an 11 a.m. start for what their time zone is. Brady just rolls out, and he's going to go deep. Incomplete. Put it right on the money. That was a rough one to come by. So technically for the Broncos, I mean, this is like an 11 a.m. start for them. So it's a rough one. Play fake here. And Brady. No! Bryant, I thought he made the catch. And the struggles in the passing game continue. And that's kind of why I'm contemplating, knowing that we're not even going to be able to afford Vrabel anyway, to go ahead and get that top wide receiver from somebody. Torrey Holt coming back, yeah, that'll be a big difference. But last week and coming into this week, passing game hadn't quite been there. I'm going to try to bring a will blitz here. Try to blitz heavy. Stop the run from developing here this time. Oh my goodness, DeMarvin Leal, speaking of trades, acquired him in the trade last season for Justin Fields. Sent him out to Los Angeles, the LA Rams. We got a date with Justin Fields and the LA Rams coming up this season, so that'll be a big one. And short pass there. Nice double team tackle. Nicely done. All right, what do we got to do here? I want to try to, let's do a cover two man. I'm going to try to, what do you guys like? Do you guys like, I've been doing like the play-by-play, more recently on my channel, but maybe I could be like the coordinator. Oh, how about that play call? And Derek Stingley, who's going into the NFL this year with the Texans. I'm excited to see if he's going to be as good as he's been with our Denver Broncos. But we can do it like play-by-play, or we can do it like I'm the coordinator or the coach. I mean, I'm pretty much the coach, but I mean, that was beautiful. And we were talking about Lamar Jackson, his struggles in the passing game. We saw a couple of rough passes on the last drive, and then here throwing the interception. So we may be seeing Lamar Jackson in his twilight years, getting towards the end of his career. And same thing with Patrick Mahomes. Time is ticking on the great Patrick Mahomes, the cover boy, who here has yet to make a Super Bowl. He made the one, against the 49ers, the cover boy, but then since then, in this universe, in this world, Chiefs have not been back. Brady, there's Bryant, who continues to just catch passes from Brady. So it's going to be 3rd down and 1 for the Denver Broncos. And there's the handoff to Pierce. And Pierce gets the first down. There you go. First touchdown of the game, perhaps. We'll see. Pitching it to Pierce. Oh, my God. See, after playing All-Pro 2K8 and then seeing that blocking, it makes me weep. It makes me weep seeing the blocking we just saw on that play. That wasn't good. That was not good. Okay, we'll do some slants. Slants always work. You know, try to get some guys in the end zone. Let's see, second down and goal. Brady back. And steps up. Touchdown, DJ Moore. And there's your first touchdown of the game. Denver Broncos striking first. It was the slants, I'm telling you. Gotta make the call. Send Janikowski out. Speaking of careers winding down, we still have Lamar Jackson. Our career as a coach, in this game at least, be winding down probably within the next year or so. Not in virtual time, but in real life. I've mentioned, you know, this is season 12, so probably want to get to maybe like a season 15, 16, maybe somewhere thereabouts before we call this quits. And the new Madden coming out soon. And I was originally planning on buying the new Madden when it came out, and I've mentioned in the past because there's so many different uniform changes, and now we have the Washington Commanders, and the NFL just looked very different than what it looked like in 2020, which is what this game is. But I also mentioned how they said the PS5 Pro is probably going to come out either next year or the year after. And so now I'm probably going to wait if the PS5 Pro is easy to come by, unlike the current PS5, which I still have not seen one out in the wild anywhere. I've seen a couple online, and then I put it in my shopping cart. I take that back. I have seen it in the wild when I was in Toronto. When I was in Canada, I saw the PS5. But in America, I ain't seen one. So that would be the plan, to get the PS5 Pro and then get the new Madden. So we'll keep rocking and rolling with this, and you know, we'll hang it up, hopefully finishing up with the Broncos. But a career that spanned, you know, 2 years with the 49ers and 7 with the Dolphins, and here with Denver. And then a career before that. We had a year in Tampa, and then we did, gosh, pretty much a whole career with the Detroit Lions. Like 15 seasons with the Lions. Took them to 3 Super Bowls, winning 1. Bunch of playoff appearances. Yes, Zach, actually I am. I'm not sure if you're following us on Twitter or not, but we did tweet that out earlier today that we are planning on streaming tomorrow, doing a doubleheader. We put that up on Twitter that we're going to do one game of the All-Pro Football Playoffs, continue our playoffs. I don't remember what teams are coming up. I think it might be Portland, maybe? I think it is. I think it's Portland and Oklahoma City. So we're going to do Portland and Oklahoma City. And then there goes Lamar Jackson. And then we are going to do the episode of Main Event, which, if you remember that card, it's the beginning of Extreme Rules. It's like Extreme Rules comes early. We got 2 championship matches. We got the ladder match. We got the tables match. It's just going to be a big-time card, and that's going to be Main Event, and that's going to lead up to Extreme Rules, which we'll see what the schedule looks like during the week. Obviously, pay-per-views usually take about 3 hours, so if you guys want to see it during the week, I may do like what I did with WrestleMania Backlash, which is stream half the card on one day and stream half the card on the next day. Because I don't know, I think next weekend's going to be pretty busy, because not only is it the USFL Championship, but it's 4th of July, and I have a lot of work-related 4th of July festivities that we cover. So I don't know when Extreme Rules will be able to come abound, but I may split it up during the week. I may do the half and half. But definitely Main Event, hopefully tomorrow. Planning on it tomorrow. I always say hopefully because you never know what comes up in a day. It's always the plan to stream these things, and then you never know what comes up. You get a phone call, you get called into work, mom wants to go out to lunch or something, and then boom, whole day's shot. That's all right. So we'll plan on it. But yeah, the card for Main Event, Tables match, Natural Disasters, Viking Raiders. Women's Tag Team Championships, Hug and Boss against Generation Now. The ladder match, the 24/7 Championship, Ishimori versus Takahashi. Sami Zayn versus Ricochet. It's a stack card. This is Extreme Rules. All the matches that didn't fit on Extreme Rules. What a throw by Brady out to Kocher. The matches that didn't fit onto Extreme Rules are coming to you early on Main Event. So you don't want to... Zach, tell all your friends, if you will. Any of them out in virtual land, any of them out in real life. Hit up your friends, tell them. They're not going to want to miss this stream of Main Event coming up tomorrow. It's going to be big business. Not only that, it's going to be a doubleheader. You're not going to want to miss the 2-seeded Portland Ironmen going up against the defending runners-up in the Revolution Pro Football Championship, the Oklahoma City Bandits. The Bandits and the Ironmen is going to be a big-time game as well. Looking at Mortal Kombat in front of me, kind of getting the itch to want to play that again, as that one was flat-out dropped. I played a little Tales of Vesperia again today, Zach, as well, during the commercials of the early USFL playoff game. If you guys didn't get a chance to watch the last stream, apparently, and there's a short pass to Kocher, apparently the version that I have that I got off the eShop, the definitive version, we're going to go for this, by the way, came with all this free stuff that you can just boost your level like crazy, and I wasn't aware of that, and I just started opening stuff, looking for items, and I was like, oh, I must have acquired this, and there's a first down by Pierce. We'll take a timeout just to go ahead and regroup. But yeah, so I have like an unbeatable team now, and I played a little bit more of that today, and it was pretty fun. I got there, if you're familiar with that game, I got through the shipwreck part, and we got the horn, and now we're on some like this kind of like beach, like Port City, which kind of reminds me of where I live, oddly enough. Where I live as well. Oh, I did not mean to do the spike. I was trying to do a hurry up, but oh, we're in it now. Well, all right. Well, you know, 3rd and 1. What the heck? Is it going to be T-Bar and Angelo Dawkins? No, it's going to be at Extreme Rules. It's going to be T-Bar and Mace against the Usos inside a steel cage. And there's the big stop right there. The Ravens will call a timeout. We're not going to be silly with this. We're going to take the points by Janikowski. Obviously, misstep on my part with the spike. I was trying to do an audible. I must have hit a no huddle. I must have hit the wrong button. Did a spike. Lost it down. But we'll take that 13-6 lead. Yeah, T-Bar and Mace versus the Usos inside the cage at Extreme Rule. Oh, my God. I hate the kicking in this game. Just give me a flip stick. That's all I'm asking for. Dawkins and Ford, though. Big match. They're going to be teaming up with Johnny Gargano to take on Lashley, Apollo Crews, and MVP. So that'll be a big time. Oh, my goodness. How about another interception by Lamar Jackson and now the sophomore, Delta O'Neal, who had a big-time rookie year. I mean, Delta O'Neal was good in real life. He's been a monster here with the Denver Broncos. It's been incredible. We'll see if Angelo Dawkins succumbs to the pressure of MVP and Lashley, or can he finally win the big one? What do you think, Zach? You've been following Angelo Dawkins. Can he win the big one? What a catch by Bryant, and he is in the end zone. Are you kidding me? And there's a flag. What is this flag? It's on the defense. What an incredible play. We're going to decline that one. Oh, my God. That was insane. We're going to replay that one. No, we're not. Oh, of course. That was a wild play. That one's going to go on the highlight reel for sure. That was a big business play, and now the Broncos starting to look like the Broncos of old. Maybe it's just, I don't know, it's something with Portland. We don't match up well with the Riverhogs. I don't know what the heck it is. I mean, division rival, right? It's bound to happen. Christian McCaffrey on the return. Fullback tackling Christian McCaffrey on a kick return. Who knows what's going on out there? Just a fistful of seconds left. It's interesting. They're going to let Lamar throw the ball as he has had his struggles today, and he put it right in front of Delta O'Neal again. Lucky that didn't get intercepted. Looking like a Kyle Sloter stat line out there with the 2 INTs. And that's been the most successful thing they've done, is just give the ball to Sanders. So maybe they need to go into the Skip Holtz playbook and just do a lot of running plays, because that seems to be the thing we have not been able to do just yet. Jackson flushed out of the pocket. He gets sacked by Banks, and they might as well just wave the purple flag on this one. I don't know what the heck you're going to do with no timeouts, 19 seconds. They're really going to let Lamar, who has struggled to throw the ball today, try to force it down the field, and you know, more harm than good, I say. We're going to go with the cover 4, just play zone. I mean, what the heck, and I might even call a timeout and try to get the ball back. We can get Bryant out there. Jackson all day, good Lord. And well, they're going to get a timeout for us. 58 yards and the 2 INTs. Lamar Jackson. Buccaneers with Baker Mayfield. So they had Kyler Murray. I don't know where Kyler Murray went. I know he'd been with Tampa, but Ofer. So the game tells us to just take a knee. Should we do it? Should we take a knee? We're going to run the ball. What the heck? We're going to try one run. See if they can't break loose. And there you go. Yes, Angelo Dawkins can win the big one. But are you going to watch Money in the Bank on July? Yes, I am, of course. I watch every big wrestling event, from WWE to New Japan to AEW, Impact, Stardom. Watch them all. Stardom's got a big show tonight, by the way. They got the big 2 cage matches tonight. Natsupoi and Tom Nakano, as well as the trios match. Mayu Iwatani, Koguma, and Hazuki in the cage. It's gonna be a big card, but I got to get caught up. I'm like 3 or 4 shows behind. They put out so many shows, it's hard to keep up. And tonight was filled with football. Oh my God, Sanders again. This guy running like a man possessed out there. Hutcherson, he's coming up hard. And that could be to our advantage. They've been having good luck. The offensive line throwing good blocks. We can take advantage of the backup coming in. We can do some real damage here on Sanders. And there you go. Big time DeMarvin Leal. 3 tackles for a loss. That was our big acquisition. And it paid off. Remember how long we spent trying to get that trade done for Justin Fields. So 3rd and 1, I'd have to imagine they're going to run it again. And they are, and Leal just didn't quite have the speed. Leal was there, but didn't quite have the speed to turn that corner. And Sanders was able to get that first down. So Ravens back in business, looking for the first touchdown of the game. Just a couple of field goals on the scoreboard right now for the Baltimore Ravens. Short pass there, out to Beck. And he's pushed out of bounds. Gain of 6 yards for the Baltimore Ravens. All right, let's see what we're going for here. Little comms here. Oh man, Lamar Jackson. He's gonna take off. Nobody was watching Jackson, and he's got almost as many rushing yards as passing yards on those 2 runs from Lamar. You got to keep an eye on that. We're going cover 2 this time. Play action. Make sure, yeah, Lamar is going to try to turn and run. He gets sacked. Chauncey Rivers with the QB sack. Trying to get into his zone, trying to run too many times with the stop on him. Look at that. Wait. Oh, there's a fumble. We got into the backfield big time and forced that one out. I'd be remiss at this point in the game. Thank you all for tuning in. Obviously, just Zach right now tuning in, but that's all right. It goes in the archives and people can watch whenever they want. I want to encourage you guys to check us out on Patreon. We make real paper. There's no ads there. Patreon.com, TV Sports 27 as Jackson tossed that one into coverage, incomplete. We got all the classic content up there. Our Denver Broncos series with Tim Tebow from Madden 12. The complete series is up, as well as the BCS playoffs. And we're starting to upload the original episodes of Arena Football. I've had a couple people commenting on our Georgia Force. We uploaded a little teaser of the Georgia Force Orlando Predators game. We've had a couple people saying, upload more, upload more. It's up. It's up on Patreon. $5 gets you in the door to see all the classic content at Patreon. But if you want to request streams, if you want to see certain things on the channel more often, want to sign up for that super fan or mega fan tier. And that's how you can pick what you want to see. If you want to see more WWE, that's how you do it. If you want to see more football, that's the other place to do it. If you want to see more baseball, hockey, we haven't done hockey in a while. If you want to see more Tales of Vesperia, if you want to see more Horizons, become a super fan or a mega fan. It's your turn. It's your time to request a stream, and your name would go right on the stream too. It would say Jim Johnson 84 request, something like that. So check us out. Oh boy. Nobody was open, and Brady's had to eat that one. Dancing around in the pocket. And the Baltimore defense comes up with the big one there. All right, well, one for them, I do suppose. Pearson Gatewood bombs this one down the field. See Trey Sanders. We've held him in check the last 4 runs, but he has been the guy. We're going to go with the Tampa 2 contain. Got to contain him. Well, actually, they got McCaffrey in the game. And that's because you can see why they got McCaffrey in that backup role, as good as Sanders is, right? I mean, come on. They'll give to McCaffrey. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, McCaffrey, obviously, in his twilight years as well, at this stage of franchise mode. He's lost a step. Christian McCaffrey, in his rookie contract, would have made that juke work here. He juked himself right into a big-time tackle. Well, I about eat my words as McCaffrey comes right back, and he nearly picks up the first down. So it's going to be 3rd and inches. Now Sanders comes back in, and here, we just got to stuff the box. There's no way they're not running this thing. Oh, my goodness, I got back there, and I missed. Took out Jackson, but I think we got the stop anyway, and we did. Oh, did you see how I read that play all the way and I got back there, but I missed the running back and I hit Lamar? You see that? I overshot my blitz. Look at this. Oh, I overshot it. And I hit Lamar. Maybe I meant to do that. It could have been an RPO, quarterback keeper. Could have meant to do that. All right, Ravens punting this one now. 20-6 Broncos. Good bounce back so far for our Denver Broncos from the loss last week. It's the Portland Riverhogs. Brady. Gonna go to Bryant. Bryant's caught a bunch of these today. 11 of 16 for Tom Brady III in this one. This little audible here to the stick. And Brady, nicely done. And Bryant again. Bryant, welcome to the Broncos. This is one of our acquisitions this season. Looking like the New Orleans Breakers tight end out there catching all those passes. There's some decent blocking, and Pierce is going to get a first down. There's some all-pro 2K blocking. Only 32 yards on the ground for Pierce, but that was one of his better runs of the ball game. And the Broncos, we're moving now. We're in business. There's Portland doing their thing against LA. Quick pass by Brady, and Bryant does it again. Bryant's got to have nearly 100 yards. He's done the bulk of the work here today. I mean, DJ Moore's got the touchdown, but nothing out of Andy Isabella in this game. Up the gut to Pierce. First down, Broncos. Starting to get away from the Ravens now. Brady. Smith. Good blocking by Kocher. And Smith down inside the 5. They're going to put him at the 2. Brendan Smith.
Let's go. 90 Wolf.
I'm going to try to hit Pierce. If not, maybe Adams. Oh, Pierce. Oh, I couldn't get rid of the ball. Oh, my. Are you kidding me? Get the ball. Holy smokes. I couldn't get rid of the ball fast enough. I couldn't have been tapping the thing any harder. I was going to try to hit Pierce right there and waltz in. I forget, though. I'm watching Skip Holtz do all this cool stuff in the USFL playoff game, and it makes me want to try it. And then I forget it's Madden, and half these formations are broken. So second down and goal. Boy, nobody open, and again, we just got to eat the sack. Second time Jackson's gotten back in there for a sack. And Zach Green has had enough. Fairly well, Zach. No one's in. It's kind of depressing. All right, we'll stream to ourselves then. Here we go. Brady, third and goal. Again, nothing open. Couldn't get rid of it. And Jackson gets him again. That seems to happen a lot. It's like the same guys get back there to sack Brady. I got to figure out, maybe it's the same guy on the offensive line. I mean, Brady tried to get rid of it, but... All right, we go into the 4th. Should be a chip shotter for Sebastian Janikowski. Look at that. That's going to be a beaut right down the middle. That's going to put us in a pretty good position here. It's not over yet now, of course. Come on. But 23-6. And as long as our defense keeps playing strong, we're going to be in a good position. Look at Graham Mertz down there. The Atlanta Falcons. Of course, the RXFL. We got the Atlanta Dirty Birds, where the Birmingham Maulers moved to. They moved to Atlanta. Become the Dirty Birds. All right, we got to stop here. We can begin to start running out the clock and bounce back from a pretty rough defeat at the hands of the Riverhogs. Kept Lamar in check, just 67 yards so far for Lamar Jackson, and nothing deep that he's burned us on. Everything's been short. He's attempted a couple of deep passes, but knocked away. Derek Stingley. Our corners are just as strong as ever. It's like you wish these guys would just be on the team forever. Obviously, guys get older, the skill levels deplete. But, man, I would love to just have Stingley and Battle and O'Neal to the end of time as my corners. These guys are monsters. Broncos legends are filling some big shoes that were left by Champ Bailey and Steve Atwater and Chris Harris and Bronco legendary corners of the past. They're doing their part for this team, bringing that 4th Lombardi to Denver. 2 for John Elway, 1 for Peyton Manning, 1 for Tom Brady III. Tom Brady III would be the youngest quarterback to have won a Super Bowl in Denver. The previous 3 Super Bowl winners in Denver are all on the way out. Again, Jackson just kind of not really finding anything. Credit our guys. Is it Lamar? Is it our guys doing work? Who knows? There we go. That's one of the better plays of the game for Jackson. I don't know why I'm saying there we go. Like, good on him. I want to see him keep struggling. 3rd catch of the day for Brown. 23-6. Clinging on to this lead. Lamar Jackson again, another short one. Delta O'Neal is there on the tackle. There's a give, and Sanders, boy, you kind of forgot that he was out there. And you wonder why the Ravens aren't running the ball with him more. I know you're starting to run out of time, but we have not proven that we can stop him yet, and he comes up with another monster run. He has burned us all day, and it's making me jealous. I kind of, maybe, do you think we could, I don't know if we don't really need a running back, I guess, for getting Jonathan Taylor back, but maybe that's someone we can trade Mike Vrabel for. We got any team we play, we got to keep an eye out for these potential gems that we can be snatching. All right, 10-point game. We got to make this drive count because it is a ball game all of a sudden. They are back into this thing. Look at the human joystick.
Here we go. Here we go.
Gets down to the 23. The moves were more impressive than the actual return, but Baltimore 100 more yards on offense than our Broncos, but we got the lead. Emil Pierce. Zach Green saying Broncos going to win. Yes, sir. I feel it. Welcome back, Zach, by the way. I thought everyone left me. Here we go. I mean, Stick's been working all day, right? Try to get it again. 2nd and 10. Oh, boy, that was well defended. So Brady's going deep, looking for DJ Moore. And one big paw print on the football forced that one incomplete. So it's 3rd and 10, and suddenly for Denver, it's not looking so good. Well, Smith was able to make the grab, but we're going to have to punt this one away. And we continue to give Baltimore life. Baltimore has an outside shot at this thing, folks. That was beautiful. We got an extra couple of yards out of that bounce just because it bounced in bounds. Pearson Gatewood, ladies and gentlemen. All right. All right, this is where we gotta get step up now. Everyone cutting inside. Sanders not in the game right now, and Jackson going back to his own end zone. That was rather dangerous, and then he gets just shellacked right there by Devin Bush. I mean, he got sandwiched by a couple of Broncos out there. 2nd and 11. Watch Jackson's legs, and Jackson just hasn't quite, I mean, he's throwing it quick, but he's throwing it short. He hasn't really had the gravitas to want to work the ball up the field. Everything's just been underneath. I don't know if he's feeling the steps and getting spooked. There's another one that's underneath, and wow, what a hit by Delta O'Neal.
We got this.
Hank Hill would say, I was in sportsmanlike conduct, I know. Remember when he hit Dandy Don below the legs? The Alamo beer can throw. All right, Jackson, look at this. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. See, us trying not to get a penalty. Keshawn Clemens about broke his neck. Trying not to get flagged for a hit on a quarterback. Obviously, we've seen Revolution Pro Football. Quarterbacks getting themselves up. They get drilled all the time. Another underneath one. This time to Christian McCaffrey. Delta O'Neal has been everywhere. 16 completed passes, which is barely over 100 yards. That shows you how much dump-off stuff that Lamar Jackson's doing. And Jackson trying to roll out, and he's going to go short. And Delta O'Neal, MVP of the defense. He had the interception. He's had, 4 tackles. I feel like he's had a lot more than that. All right, we're going to do a cover 2 contain here. So we're going to try to keep an eye. I'm going to switch off of Leal. please, so he can keep an eye on Jackson potentially running this thing. And there you see, look at that. Jackson got nowhere to go, and he finally decides to run it, and he is going to beat Leo. Well, our spy and Lamar Jackson is injured. He took a hit. He's coming off the field. As we said, twilight of his career, has been a Ravens legend. He's brought Super Bowls to Baltimore. I have to look back at the stat book up on a good chance to plug Patreon. I have to look at the stat book. Grady Knowles coming in. But up there would be the history. But I believe they've won 2 Super Bowls. And I think they were both against the Cowboys, oddly enough. It was a couple of rematches over separate years. Oh, my goodness. That looked like a rookie throwing the ball. I don't know. I don't remember Grady Knowles, his years of experience. But that was an ugly play. And the fans are just praying for Lamar to get back. As the Ravens may be in danger here of dropping to good old 0-3. Boy, our defense not putting any pressure on these quarterbacks, and that was a terrible pass by Knowles. Third and 12, we're going to try to blitz the young man. Oh, I'm about to let him know. We're about to let him know right now. Knowles stepped up. Incomplete. Yeah, he's definitely got the big old eyes. He's getting worried right now. I'm just want to bring the heat. My Madden 12 face of the franchise. Oh, he got dropped to Jackson. I'm so sorry. I hope he can turn that poor team around. Back-to-back #1 picks. Here comes the blitz. Knowles gets it away, and it's incomplete. Stingley, it was actually a good throw by Knowles. But Stingley right there, one of the best in the biz. And the Broncos will begin to put this one away right now. How that happened by Pierce. Let's see that number 52 in purple again.
Set, ready, 30 base.
There's your 2-minute warning for the Broncos. So obviously Baltimore is going to be calling some timeouts here. We're just going to run it, give it back to them. It's either going to be an injured Lamar or Knowles. I don't feel too worried right now. This is a win, right? Come on. Oh, the blocking is I get spoiled like when I'm playing All-Pro 2K8, which is a game that was made 20 years ago. I mean, oh my God, the blocking is so bad. I know people have said that for a long time about Madden, but look at this. Why? Like, why? Why? That should have been a first down. There are 2 guys right there. There are 2 guys, and none of them picked up that block. This is inexcusable. And that's the play, too. The play is for him to come around, pick up the block, and springboard me to a first down. That is absolutely inexcusable. But that's what we've been dealing with for decades. I mean, you can go Soft Drink TV. There's a million YouTube channels. I'm not the only one, but when I play, because it's the only NFL game you can play, it's obviously not my favorite game. I grew up with the Game Day. So actually, I played Quarterback Club on Super Nintendo growing up, oddly enough. And then in the PlayStation years, I was playing Game Day was my next series of choice. And then on Xbox, I've probably gone through this rigmarole before, but on Xbox, I went to NFL Fever. I love the NFL Fever games, both the 03 and 04. So I went from Quarterback Club to Game Day to Fever, and then obviously it was on the Dreamcast. It was NFL 2K. Then it was ESPN Football, which was in 04. Look at this kick. I didn't even realize that's where we put him. And then, of course, 2K5. Oh, my goodness. Couldn't get much easier than that. Kashawn Clemens, go ahead and celebrate. And that's going to be a victory. Yeah, poor Baltimore doesn't have much luck with their backup quarterback. But anyway, yeah, so I never grew up playing Madden, just to say that. It was, Oh my god. And the kicking in this game is atrocious. It was, Super Nintendo. Growing up, we had Tecmo Bowl, of course, but then the first big one that I played on Super Nintendo was Quarterback Club. Game Day on to NFL Fever. Then I played the 3 2K games, the Dreamcast, the 2 that were on the Xbox. And then, of course, the big to-do where the NFL, for whatever ungodly reason, signed away exclusive rights. That everyone knows the story by now. I bought whatever the Madden that had Sean Alexander on the cover was, and I hated it. I played it a little bit, but I really, it was just graphically, it was terrible compared to, even as a kid, like a teenager, high schooler, these graphics compared to 2K are awful, and this is 2 years in the future. So whatever one had Sean Alexander on the cover is the one that I bought I didn't like. So I played pretty much NFL 2K from 2005 until Madden 12. So that was, almost a decade that I went just playing 2K. I finally broke down, bought Madden 12 on the Xbox 360. I did actually really like it, and actually part of the reason I bought that is because a Broncos fan, that was the year that Tebow was doing his thing, and I really wanted to play and try to, have the see what would have happened if the Broncos had kept him rather than go the Peyton Manning route. And you can see how that series ended up on our Patreon page on Madden 12. So bought Madden 12. I actually enjoyed that. There were issues, of course. The big issue with Madden 12 is if you brought any college players over into the game, they had ginormous shoulder pads. That was a horrific glitch in Madden 12 that, of course, never got fixed. So for someone like me that played years into the future, you're just dealing with guys with huge shoulder pads, which is really annoying. Other than that, everything was pretty good on that Madden. I played a lot of years. As I said, I played 15 plus years with the Detroit Lions. I played a year with the Buccaneers. I did 2-year fantasy draft with the Cincinnati Bengals. I had a stacked offense with that team, by the way. If you guys would like to see that, by the way, if you guys would like to see that Bengals team, I still have all those save files. You can request that over on Patreon, patreon.com, tvsports27. Any old games that I've played before, and boy, it has not been a good outing for Knowles. And that is going to do it for our Broncos. I'm rambling on about my football history. If you want to see any of those old teams, the old Lions teams, the Broncos, those are all still saved on my Xbox 360. Just hit me up on Patreon, Superfan or Mega Fan tier, and let me know. But anyway, yeah, that fantasy draft Bengals team, Big Ben. We had Big Ben, we had Calvin Johnson, we had Plaxico Burress. I'm trying to even remember. It was a stacked offense. Even my roommate at the time was like, okay, this offense. I think Frank Gore was in the backfield, and this is 2012 Frank Gore. Gore, Roethlisberger, Johnson, Plaxico. I know I had another top wide receiver out there. Of course, I wanted to play with Calvin. We did fantasy draft, and he came up, but Calvin Johnson with the Detroit Lions that I played with for years. We had one of the greatest offenses. We were able to trade some players away to the Cardinals to get Fitzgerald, and we had Fitzgerald and Johnson at one point, which was insane. So I played Madden 12 all the way from Madden 12. I had dabbled in some of the other Maddens. Madden 25, my roommate had on Xbox One. I played it. I did a lot of single-player stuff, but I really hated I hated that Madden as well. It was not it was not good. Madden 25, which was the big anniversary of Madden, it was pretty terrible. And then, what other Madden did I try? I think there might have been one other Madden that I tried in that time that I just hated. And then when I got the, so that just tells you how much, going through the old competition. Growing up in my childhood, I had, and how different games used to be back then. I don't know how I got on this tangent, but it happens. That I went from, Quarterback Club to Game Day 98 to Game Day 99 to NFL Fever 03, NFL Fever 04. Cast, NFL 2K, ESPN football, and so I was buying the games every year. And then as soon as the Madden contract hit, I went from 2K5 to Madden '07 that I hated, and then I didn't touch Madden again from 2K5 until Madden 12, and I hated Madden 25, and I didn't touch Madden again until I bought my PS4, and of course, gotta have a football game, and the only option is Madden. And the Madden that was out at the time was Madden 20. So, gosh, I've owned more games in my previous lifetime before the Madden contracts. Again, Tecmo Bowl I had the quarterback club. I'm pretty sure I had there were two quarterback clubs, right? Now I had both of those. There was a quarterback club I know on the N64. I had that one too. So that's like 4 games right there. And then the 2 game days, I had NFL Extreme as well. Remember that game? It was like their version of Blitz. So I had all those games. I had so the 2 game days, and then I had the 3 NFL 2K games, the 1 on Dreamcast, the 2 on Xbox. So what is that, like 10 games? And then since the Madden contract took over, I've owned 3 Madden games, which was '07 that I barely played, 12, which I actually did play a lot, 20, which I'm playing now, and then my roommate had 25 that I barely played. So I technically played 2, but I've owned 3, but technically played 2. Anyway, all that to say, I think that was all just because I was really annoyed on one of the one of the plays that happened on this game. But obviously, going through all that, Madden is not my favorite series in the world, but it's what we're stuck with because they got the contract. And you know, you see me play other games. I have the college game. I'm playing the 2K8. But there's the many various flaws that everyone's pointed out with Madden. But here we are. We still try to enjoy it anyway the best we can. Make do with what we have. But, I mean, since 2005, it is now 2022, I have significantly played 2 Maddens since 2005, and that being Madden 12 and Madden 20. So, that tells you anything. All right, we got weekly awards here. Jared Goff, what a big game there, and Clemens. Oh man, I would have thought that would have been the stat line for Delta O'Neal. 11 tackles, an INT, and a touchdown. Unbelievable. Do some. We got the Browns up next. A little rivalry from the olden days. So again, we have the movie star names in here, and do we want to get a wide? You know, Eddie Brown's, Deacon Moss. These are all big names. How about this? A 6'7" wide receiver. Let's scout this. I mean, ooh, a 6th rounder. Ooh, he's a projected 1st round talent, but a 6th round. That's ugly. I don't like that. Okay. What's up with that? What's up with that? As the Hurricane would say. Tight ends we might need to get a handle on. What about Cheeseburger Eddie at tight end? Look at that. We might try to snag a little Cheeseburger Eddie. Left guard still needs some help here. Oh god, these are all terrible. See, that's the problem too. You get stuck. That's why I do a lot of the classes. You get stuck with guys that just aren't good. And then you really need like a good left guard, but then there's no one coming in the draft and you're just stuck. All right, so we got the Cleveland Browns. We return home, and we got the Cleveland Browns up next. So a good, oh, they actually just signed Christian McCaffrey. Look at that. You see that? It said free agent. I don't know where the news is on here, but it said free agent Christian McCaffrey got signed. So they must have had some injuries that they had to deal with to pick up Christian McCaffrey. So we get Torrey Holt back, which is going to be good for us. It's going to be big business. And we got a couple of 2-1 teams, and not a rivalry of recent years. But you think of all the famous games between the Broncos and the Browns, the drive, the fumble, 3 AFC championship games with the Browns. That could have been them going to the Super Bowl instead. Well, we return home, which will be good after that, rough road trip. A good win to get over the Ravens, but it'll be nice to get back home Sunday evening against Cleveland. Zach, thank you so much for being a part of the action. As always, one of our biggest fans here. We got Cleveland. Then we got a short week as we head to L.A. and take on, I believe Jake Plummer is still there. Jake Plummer and the Chargers before wrapping things up before our bye week with a little Super Bowl rematch there with the Seattle Seahawks. So that's going to do it. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Hope to be back tomorrow with Portland Ironmen and the Oklahoma City Bandits and WWE Main Event, the preview to Extreme Rules. So thank you guys for tuning in. As always, we'll see you next time.